behind the scenes. Okay. Welcome to the freezing Canadian warehouse. Welcome. It's very cold today, and I'm just in the back at work. I'm very overstimulated. I've been running around doing stuff all day, and now I realized I missed labeling some of my gear, so I thought I'd bring you guys along to come and check it out. All right, I'm gonna put on my trusty gloves. It's very cold today. If you are in Canada, you will know that it is freezing. And I think it's like minus 11 Celsius right now. Ooh, hello. What's going on up here? Whatever. Anyway, but it's supposed to get to like minus 17 tonight, which is pretty warm compared to last night because it got down to minus 23. And we're in Toronto. We're in a pretty warm, like, it's not like the warmest part of Canada, like, but it's nothing compared to Ottawa or Montreal. Cold. Cold times. Very cold. I'm just getting the ladder, if you're wondering what's happening. Anyway. Hello. Good to see you. Anyway, so I was feeling kind of lonely in my office today. And thought I'd come hang out with you guys. Okay, so let's see what I missed. Last time, hold on, I'll bring you up here, up into the sky a little bit with me. Okay, so I totally missed these lights last time when I was doing stuff. So let me take a look. So they have 4-pin DMX that they get power from. I believe, yep, these are color blasts. Really nice. Nice color blasts. LEDs. They're actually really old lights. I don't know how old. As old as LED technology can possibly be. That's how old they are. So, they're probably like first gen. Anyway, they're still lovely. That's the nice thing about these lights, even though they're quote unquote old, is they're like really functional and good. Hi, welcome. Yeah, so here's the old LED technology. Check them out. They're big, they're chunky, they're fantastic LEDs. Hold on, I'll put them up even closer. Ugh. So they almost look like mirrors. Anyway, so if you have some color blasts at home, they're still like really good. But they are industrial, like with this industrial clamp on there. So we pulled them out of the ceiling a couple weeks ago. And now I'm just labeling them just in case we need to use them somewhere else. So I forgot we had them up here. So I'm just like climbing up on the ladder here. What's up, Emma McKay? Welcome. Hi. Welcome. Oh my God, there's 5. I thought there were 4, and there's 5. Ah. So yeah, welcome to my light labeling extravaganza. Don't worry, we're all good here. And I can get the labeler out and label one more light. I thought I had 4, but I have 5. Isn't that nice? It's like finding a $20 bill in your pocket. So when you have an extra light. All right. I don't know what we're going to use them for, but better to be looking at them than looking for them, as they say. I made up it's like I have some sayings in life. Better to be looking at them than looking for them is a good one. I think never refuse an IV. That's a good one. Not used very often, hopefully. I remember I had a strep throat many years ago, and it was bad. I thought I could push through without antibiotics. Nope. I had to walk myself to the emergency department. So I ended up, loading myself into the emergency department. And they took one look at my throat and they were like, oh my God, you should have come in like days ago. And I was like, I was trying to make it through without your help, guys. And so they said, would you like an IV? And I said, well, this is one of those moments where you don't refuse an IV. So I said, I would like an IV, please. Oh, thank you, Emma McKay, for the sub. I appreciate it. Yes. Thank you for subbing. We're here chatting with Xandra today. And yeah, we do lots of content creation, creativity, and makers of all kinds. So if you like that kind of stuff, that is what we're here for. And I do lighting stuff, just like making stuff. Anyway, so obviously I recovered from my terrible strep throat situation. But I did realize having an IV is one of the greatest things ever. Like 100%. If you get a chance, if you're ever feeling ill and someone offers you, don't say no. Take the needle in the arm. It's absolutely amazing. 100%. I think in like LA and stuff like that, they really love the wellness trends and whatnot. And I think they go to like IV bars and stuff. Personally, I don't know about that. Like, if I'm going to get an IV, I would prefer to have somebody trained and like be a medical professional. Because, but to each their own. I actually used to like party in Whistler at the clubs and the bars there. And, oh, Emma, thanks for asking. I live in Canada. So that's why I get to go to the emergency department so nicely and easily and get an IV if required. Don't abuse the system, people. But I guess they're not going to give you an IV if you don't need one. So it's pretty simple. Anyway, but yeah, I've heard in LA they have IVs. And as I was saying, I used to live in Whistler. And I remember I was at this one party and like totally against the rules. They were tattooing people at this party, which is like, that's against the rules of getting tattoo. You can't really have a tattoo bar like in a bar where people are drinking alcohol and stuff. That's not what we do in Canada. That's very not normal, not typical. So yeah, Canadian law is that you cannot be drunk when you're getting a tattoo. So that was interesting. So I was like, guys, that's like, because I was doing cinematography, videography for the event. And I was like going around like, guys, I don't think that getting a tattoo, like a tattoo, should be on the menu, like, of the event. Like getting a temporary tattoo, but like a full tattoo. And ask any tattoo artist. That's like very not normal, very not typical. So anyway, one of my roommates at the time actually got one of those tattoos over in Whistler. She got really drunk. This is like many years ago. What year was that? Let's say 2004. So it was a long time ago. But not long ago enough that there weren't these laws. So anyway, she got really, really, really drunk and went to this party and got a tattoo of the logo of the ski company that was hosting the party in her pants. She got it underneath the belt area. It was out of control, man. She came home and she was like, oh my God, I got a tattoo. And I'm like, waking up because I didn't go to that particular party. And she showed me that. She's like, I'll show you the tattoo. And I was just like, girl. Oh no. So anyway, I wonder where she is now. Like, it's been a million years. So I'm assuming she probably got it removed or covered up or something, hopefully. I don't know. But if you're out there, let me know. If you're out there, give a shout out. How's that tattoo looking these days? So anyway, that didn't last forever. I highly don't suggest that. But one of my sayings is, if somebody offers you an IV, take the IV. Take it. Take it. As long as it's in a professional, like, healthy environment. Not like the tattoo situation that I just talked about. So, caveat. So, yes. How's the UK right now? Anyone in the UK? Emma, welcome. Here it is cold in Toronto. Toronto, Ontario, Canada. It's cold today. Apparently, there's a big storm in the US, and it's working its way up here. So we're going to have that storm. Apparently, it's going to come in tomorrow. So Sunday, we're going to have a nice storm. So everyone, govern yourself accordingly. We went and got groceries yesterday. I got to go to work, obviously. Ta-da! So I will be working, doing lighting stuff, making my way into work, but I think it should be okay. Like, I don't have too far to drive. We were driving this morning and there was a huge accident on the 401 here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Big accident. We are very cold. We are in winter and it is icy. Yes, icy. So here it's, right now it's like minus 11 Celsius right now. So it is chilly. It's cold. Brisk. So I was talking to my husband last night and I was saying, I don't really, like, it's cold, but I don't really consider it like cold until it's like minus 15. So it got to minus 23 last night. So that's the cold zone. So I got my warm jacket out. I got my down jacket and my extra back, it's like covering here for the wind. Got my toque, as they say in Canada. I think in Australia they call it a beanie. Got my toque. I asked what the Americans call it, and you know what they said? Winter hat. I was like, okay, that's a name. It's to the point. It's not very flashy. Is there any, do you have a special name for a toque in the UK? Do you also call it a winter hat or a beanie? I doubt you call it a toque. I think a toque is more of a French-Canadian thing. But yeah, I literally was in the States. I used to live in the States for a moment in my life. And I remember I was looking for my toque and asking everyone if they could help me find my toque in the car. And then finally everyone said, what's a toque? And I'm just like, oh, God, okay. Because this was like a long time ago. This is before the internet was a thing. So I didn't realize the Americans didn't know what a toque was. So that was my first culture shock with the US, is that they didn't realize what a toque was. So, and there were many more to come. But, you know, it's interesting how you can be neighbors with somebody and just like be like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? It's a soda. No, it's a pop. What? Or various other things. But, yeah. Oh, yeah. Poutine. Poutine is so good. I could use a very nice, delicious bowl of poutine. I used to live in Montreal for a brief time, for a couple years. I guess that's not that brief. And they had some epic poutines up there. And you go to the poutinerie and eat a pile of cheese and gravy and fries. Be really good today. Like, I can certainly understand why it's so popular in the Montreal area. But yeah, I think you call it a snow hat. You know what? That makes sense. Got to protect you from the snow. Do you say, like, in the summer, like, why are you wearing your snow hat? Like, you know, do you have like hipsters? You know how they wear the hat like all rolled up? Like as much as, like, do you guys have like little hipster guys who wear their hats? Do you still call it a snow hat when they're kind of walking around in the middle of summer and with their little toque on? Their toquette? Do you still, are you like, what, why are you wearing a snow hat? What part of the UK are you from, Emma? Because, like, the UK is pretty diverse across the area. I lived in Scotland. A touquette. I lived in Scotland for a time as well. I think you might be getting the idea that I've lived many, many places. I have moved around a lot. Part of my job is being very diverse and like, definitely like a... What up, Rick? What up, Rick? South London. South London. Cool. Very cool. Good to see you, man. Yeah, part of my job was like being able to go all sorts of places and do lighting all over the world and stuff like that. So I've had the privilege to be able to live a lot of interesting places. So that's part of like our channel here, Culture Junkie, is like we've lived so many places. We can inform and talk about all sorts of different cultures. So South London's awesome. My husband, I think he lived for a time. I think he lived in North London. I think. Yeah, I think so. But that was a long time ago. It was, I think, 1965, I believe, he was in London. He went over with the Windrush generation from Barbados and the Caribbean. So he lived in England for a couple years, went to public school, which I always thought was interesting that people in the UK call it public school when it's like private school. I don't know. I'm very confused about that whole like public school, private school. Is public school like elementary school, I think? Anyway, that's what I think. I believe public school is another way to say elementary school. But please let me know if I'm wrong. I would love to learn a little bit more about it. I can Google it later, I know, but I'm just chatting here. So, just chatting. Just chatting. Just learning stuff about other cultures. Anyway, I learned all about the Windrush generations and everything, and then his family ended up in Canada. And we all ended up in Canada. My family ended up in Canada because Finland was being attacked by Russia. And that was the Winter War in Finland. And so my family bailed and ended up coming to Canada to work as lumberjacks. So, what's up, chat? What's up, chat? Keith in the chat. Welcome. Keith, tell me, what part of London did you live in when you were living in London? We have a South Londoner in the chat here, and I seem to recollect that you were in North London, but don't, that's not gospel. Please let me know. Please let me know what's right. Please let me know what is correct. BTS, ladies and gents, we got 4-pronged DMX power cable in. We got a nice LED lamp. Check it out. If you look close enough, you can see it reflected in the phone. But yeah, these are old-timey LEDs. Just showing you a peek at those. They still work great. Wonderful thing about this technology. And yeah, we can just plug them in and use them wherever. They got a nice spread of light. They go through all the colors. Might as well keep them. They're not the new LEDs. The new LEDs can do all sorts of stuff, but sometimes the older technology works better because it's more robust, I find that the newer technology is reliant on convenience so hard that it's you're okay, well, it's really easy to set up, but you gotta download an app on the phone. It's all over the place. Seems disconnected. So it was kind of nice when all the technology was very much connected to the same source. So, but that's the evolution right now. The evolution of AI slop and technology kind of getting really messy in the name of convenience. But eventually I believe the convenience will not override everything being everywhere and just oof. Because I can't keep track of anything anymore. Anyway, if you're in Canada, tell me what you're doing to prepare for the big storm that's coming. Ooh, you're working with the farm animals right now. Cows are biters. Well, tell them to stop biting you so much. Well, I'm sure you've told them. Well, I'll tell them. Stop biting her. Stop it. Give her a break. She's doing her best. You don't want to bite her. She's not made of hay. Anyway, get on there. So yeah, there's 5 color blasts. Thought there was 4, but I found another one. Yay! Hopefully it's warm hanging out with the cows. Emma. What time is it? 4:33 here. Gotta keep my eye on the time. Put on my touquet. I couldn't possibly walk around like this. Could you imagine? Hello. Can I read you some poetry? Like, I guess it's a style. I guess if you want to keep like your forehead warm. I don't know. It's kind of cute, but I'm more of a like a going into like for like full coverage. Keep the hair out of my face and stuff like that. So anyway, thank you for hanging out with me. 21:34, so 21, that's 9:34 in the nighttime. In the nighttime. That's all right. I'm not too bad with the 24-hour clock. What up, On the Fly Insurance? Welcome. Thanks for joining me, everybody, today. Feel free to like and subscribe to the channel if you want to hang out more. Ellie the AI, woo! Welcome. We got everybody. Coming in today. Wow. Okay. Well, since everybody's coming in, like, feel free to take requests, like, we're just hanging out today. I got like super overstimulated and now I'm wearing my hat in like a really ridiculous way. But I think it kind of looks cute. I can't possibly walk around like this. I think it looks cute though. What set me off to get overstimulated? I was looking at my iPhone and I was learning about how to do shortcuts on my iPhone, and it was a big rabbit hole. And I wasn't prepared for how deep it went. So yeah, we live in Canada, skibbity potato-y. We live in Canada, in Ontario, Toronto, Ontario. So it was, yeah. So then I got like, went down the rabbit hole and then I was like, it's too much to learn all at once. I needed to like start slow, but I got in there and then I was like, okay, I'm going to come in here, do a little work, do a little like, all right, Ash, that's easier to say. I am Xandra. Nice to meet you. I try to put my name in the caption now because people are like, what's your name? So it's Xandra. And so we're doing chatting with Xandra in the back here in the warehouse. I'll take you around if you want. Real quick. So I got to put the ladder away. I had the ladder out. And I decided, okay, in order to like chill after like getting overstimulated, I'm just gonna go into the warehouse and like do a little labeling and like make sure I got all my lights set up and everything, because I was like trying to organize my life. You know how it goes when you're trying to organize your life and then you just get overstimulated and you're like, how do I set up a whole calendar? And like, yeah, so that's what happened to me. So I kind of needed to chill. So came back here to chill. All the Christmas decors back here. The beautiful BTS of the TV station. All the floofs and everything. So yeah, that's our quick tour of the warehouse. So where I came to, often people come to chill here. And now I'm wearing my hat all goofy. And it's just making me feel better. I'm regulating my nervous system. So anyway, how are you guys today? Tell me about your weekend. Are you guys planning for the big storm? Is anybody in the big storm right now? You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm glad to bring you around. I'm just looking at myself and I'm like, I could use another layer of lipstick. Do I smoke weed or drink? Well, sometimes I do both. In Canada, it is legal for both of those things, so sometimes I take advantage. Ooh, you're doing well. You have to make a quick short video for a new member. Listen, Allie the AI, everybody in the chat here, follow the Allie the AI if you like. If you want some really good tips and you're interested, Allie the AI knows what's up. We've done a lot of tips from Allie the AI, and it's really helped. So I have to say, 2 thumbs up. Boom, boom. 100%. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm glad that you're making a video for your new member. That's awesome. It's nice to keep your people engaged and knowledgeable, because like it's very helpful. It's very good. What's up? Rhodey the AI. That's me. Rhodey the AI. I have been a roadie for a long time. I don't know. Maybe I'll keep my hat like this. What do you think? No, I can't do it. I can't do it. I have to cover my ears. Yes. Allie, we give you shout outs all the time. Trust. Sorry, that name's already taken. That's okay. I got a name. Culture Junkie is my name. And we're going to keep it that way. So no worries. Anyway, I'm going to put my ladder away. Watch me put my hat back to its normal positioning. I'm going to put my ladder away. And then I got to get back to work. So thank you for hanging out with me on this blustery cold Canadian winter day. It's cold inside and out. I'm going to put the ladder away. So yeah, I'll say thank you for joining me. You really helped my overstimulated brain so we could just chill and talk for a little bit. And then I'm going to wrap it up and I'm going to go home and hide inside while the snowstorm comes for us all. So have a good day, everybody. Thanks for coming. Hopefully we'll see you next time. Please like and subscribe if you want to hang out more and see what the channel is about. And, you know, usually on the weekends, I will hang out in the warehouse or just chat about stuff. So that's what we do on the weekdays. I'll play Valheim or like release our podcast or stuff like that. So, but yeah, come hang out more. Love to chat more. See you next time. Bye.